Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I am the Gym Philosopher, and today we are going to be talking about how to create the creepiest village build for your games in 5 steps. If you like to run creepy sessions for your D&D game, then I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. I've legitimately been told by my players that I've creeped them out on my horror games. I love to play, like in my long-term campaigns, every once in a while I like to throw in a horror episode. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how I build creepy villages. Now you can emulate this exact same technique to do it for yourself. So let's jump into it. All right, so what I have here are basically the 5 steps. Step 1, start with inspiration. Step 2, determine the plot. Step 3, determine the notable characters and generate backstory notes for them. Step 4, create maps, clues, artifacts, magical items, etc. That will be important to the plot and determine how they will fit together. And then step 5, determine 2 or 3 effects that will plague your players with horror as the session unfolds. So let's start with step 1, the inspiration. Now, there are a number of ways that you can get inspiration for a horror game, but I like to use ChatGPT to help me with these types of things. So let's type in a prompt here. Now, I've gone ahead and plugged in the inspiration I want to use. Now, I'm using ChatGPT for this, and you can use ChatGPT to basically say, hey, will you give me 10 different ideas for a horror scary village encounter in my D&D game that I want to run. Now, if you just plug that into ChatGPT, you'll get all kinds of good ideas, but I am actually going to get more specific than that. I'm thinking about a scary village encounter with a creepy little girl who carries around a little animatronic doll, along with a creepy witch, fortune teller, bone reader woman who is raising the girl, whom everyone is afraid of, and also a creepy priest who services the local church. Can you help me figure out the plot for this? So I'm just going to go ahead and generate that, and let's see what it comes up with here. Here are 10 different ideas for a horror scary village encounter in your D&D game. I'm going to kind of read over these and see which one I like better. I'm going to pause the video real quick. So I'm not going to read all through these just because I don't want to basically sit here for 20 minutes and read you just a bunch of stuff I generate on a ChatGPT. However, basically what ChatGPT has done here is taken my ideas and created like 10 different possible plot points or plot arcs that we could use to formulate a plot for this. And I like all of them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say to ChatGPT, I love all of these. Now, if I didn't love them all, I'd copy and paste the ones I do like and say that I like them. But I'm going to say, I love all of these. Will you create me a written plot for how this horror haunting stuff started and what the backstory is behind it, as well as the current state of it? In other words, I want to know, what could my party members do to perhaps either disrupt the curse, save the little girl, or defeat the big bad evil villain in the plot? Also, will you flesh out the big bad evil villain in this plot? Maybe it is a spirit from another realm that is preying on the people in this village, and I just got this idea, and it is consuming their fear as an energy source. So to me, this is just me kind of blending my inspiration with ChatGPT. Let's see what it says about that. All right, so I am looking over this, and this is really great stuff here. So this basically, here's the plot and backstory, and this kind of takes us to step 2, determine the plot, right? Centuries ago, the village of Thornwood was a peaceful, secluded settlement. One day, an ancient and malevolent spirit from another realm found a rift in the fabric of reality and slipped into the village. The spirit, known as Maldrath, thrived on fear and suffering, drawing power from the villagers' terror. To cement its hold in the village, Maldrath manipulated the minds of three key individuals: the local priest, Father Gregory, an innocent girl named Alara, and a wise woman and fortune teller, Agatha. Father Gregory was coerced into performing dark rituals in the church, believing he was protecting the village from a greater evil. Agatha, known for her bone reading and mystical knowledge, was swayed into using her abilities to spread fear and control the villagers. Alara, a young girl, was given an animatronic doll imbued with a fragment of Maldrath's essence, making her the spirit's unwitting spy and conduit. And I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing final battle, doll, they have to fight it. It comes alive, becomes Maldrath. They have to fight this animatronic doll. Maybe it's casting spells, doing all these crazy things, right? So there's a lot of other stuff here, like talks a bit about Maldrath. There's possible resolutions. They could disrupt the curse. They could save the little girl, defeat the big bad evil villain with an exorcism. They could face Maldrath. They could enter the nightmare realm through the rift and confront Maldrath directly. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe they use the doll as a conduit for that. So there's an element here of you come in and it's very creepy, and these people are trying to feed off of your fear. There could even be like wisdom checks, and the characters could feel more fear than usual, and this could prompt them to be like, something is wrong here. So now this is giving us a really good idea for a setting. Okay, so let's go to the next step here. Determine notable characters and generate backstories, notes for them. Okay, so we do have some backstories and notes already for this. So what I could do, and what I probably would do, was take those three characters, Father Gregory, the priest, the young girl named Lara, and then Agatha, the fortune teller. And I would, in fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy these, and I'm going to say, will you give me concise, summarized backstories of who these characters were before they succumbed to this evil? And I'm going to paste this. And let's see what ChatGPT tells me. Concise chat stories. Father Gregory, he was a devoted and compassionate priest who cared deeply for his congregation. Okay, now I could also ask this for physical descriptions, but I kind of like to make those up. You know, you can ask ChatGPT for anything that you're kind of struggling with, and then you can fill in the blanks with the stuff that you love to do. So this gives us before succumbing and after succumbing. So this is pretty awesome. I really like this. All right, so we've got determine notable characters and generate backstories, notes for them. Now, step 4, create maps, clues, artifacts, magical items, etc. They'll be important to the plot and determine how they will fit together. Here's what I'm going to do right here. Let's ask ChatGPT to do this. Will you create me a village, a top-down village map that I could use so that the players could explore this village in the session? Now, I'm going to just note here that in the past, I've had trouble generating maps with ChatGPT's image generator, so we'll see how it does. I'm going to pause this while it generates. Guys, girls, GMs, DMs, look at this. This is high key. This is legit. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm telling you what, this is actually really awesome. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put this in Canva, and I'm going to label the buildings, right? Or I can just make notes for myself. There's a creepy graveyard here. This fits right into the story. It's amazing. So right here we go. I've got a top-down map. I can either project this on a screen, or I can go to the printer and print out a big, I could print like a big version of this, the biggest paper I can print at my local printer. I can go print this, whatever I want to do. I could print it in my printer on 8.5 by 11 and then tape the sheets together to make as big as I want. There's a well. It is amazing. Look at that. Okay, so we have a map. What else we need? We need clues, artifacts, magical items, etc. that will be important to the plot. Determine how they'll fit together. I'm going to say, I love this. I like to give ChatGPT praise where it's due. Can you also create these for me? Okay. Now I'm just going to ask it to create this stuff, right? Keep in mind, we can use what we want. We can change what we want. We can reject what we want. But this is just kind of getting, me combining my inspiration with the creative stuff. So here we go. We've got clues, old journal pages. Okay, so now here's another thing. If you like these things, I'm just going to take one of these. Look, we've got bone reading, prophecies, children's drawings, artifacts. Okay, silver dagger, right? Bone amulets. This is awesome stuff, how they fit together, right? There's even stuff here. Now, if I like any of these, let's just say that I like the journal pages. I'm going to copy this. I really like the journal pages idea. If they find some journal pages like down in the basement, dusty, in the from Father Gregory's old journal, I'm going to say, I love this. Will you create for me the text? It should be brief and fairly cryptic, displaying Father Gregory's fear for 5 of these journal pages. So let's see what ChatGPT gives me if they create the journal pages. I could write these, but I'm just going to see what ChatGPT gives me, okay? So here we go. Journal page 1. The whispers began softly, like a distant echo in the night. At first, I thought them the product of my weary mind, but they grew louder, more insistent, and I cannot ignore them any longer. The darkness sparks or speaks, and I fear what it demands of me. This is lit. This is lit. This is creepy stuff. And imagine while the players are reading this, you can have, suddenly the door slams shut behind you. A cold draft or something more. Roll perception check. They roll. The room seems darker than it was when you entered before. What's going on? You don't know. That's all you know. Someone can cast detect magic. What are they going to detect? At the moment, there does not seem to be a magical effect going on in the room. And then I'll say, roll an insight check. They're going to roll it. You have a feeling that you might have cast detect magic just a fraction of a second too late. Right. But that's just a feeling. That may not be the truth. You don't know. That's just kind of what your intuition is telling you. Right. So you're going to lead them in here, and it's going to be creepy times as they're researching this. Okay. Now, so we've got some clues, artifacts, magical items, etc. We can flesh all that out. Now, determine 2 or 3 effects that will plague players with horror as the session unfolds. So this is kind of like what's going to plague them. Me, right now I'm thinking there's obviously darkness, creaking boards. There's going to be coldness, sense of cold. But let's see what ChatGPT brings up here. Awesome. I'm going to say, can you determine 2 or 3 effects that will plague your players with horror as the session unfolds? And keep in mind, I can copy paste all this stuff into a Google document and then I can print it out, right? This is what I'm usually going to do. I'm going to make myself a packet of pages, or if I'm going to use my computer, I can just access it right there. A lot of times I will set up my desktop for gaming. Okay, here we go. Whispers of the damned. Affect players begin to hear faint eerie whispers when they enter certain areas of the village. Mechanics. Characters must make a wisdom saving throw DC 13 when they first hear the whispers. On a fail, they suffer from disadvantage on all checks and a -2 penalty to their wisdom check throws for the next hour. Okay, so it's like a fear thing. The whispers, the voices of previous victims trapped by Meldrath intended to unnerve and weaken the player's resolve. Okay. Visions of terror, right? Shadowy apparitions, absolutely. Just off the top of my head, can you give me 3 or 4 things the little girl might say that are cryptic but creepy and unnerving, right? So I'm looking for some inspiration here. What might she say? Here are 4 cryptic and creepy things. My dog whispers secrets about you, things you don't even know yet. Sometimes I see you in my, that's actually really cool. Get them to, it's like, sometimes I see you in my dreams, but in my dreams, you never wake up. Okay. So the shadows like to play with me. They say they want to play with you too. The graves in the yard are hungry. They're waiting for someone new. Okay. So these are very crazy, very creepy and cryptic. I love it. So, all right. Now we have basically put these things together. All that's left now is to prepare for your session and, basically compile these things into your compile these things into like a, like I said, either a folder, or you can arrange them in Google Docs and just do your prep work, get ready for the session, right? You even have your map. Let's even say, can you create me images of Father Gregory and Agatha? And the reason that I am only asking for them is because I already created the thumbnail image that you saw for this video was actually the picture of the girl, because I generated that in Midjourney, which I will bring up for you real quick. So yeah, this for me, this is the picture of the creepy girl. Creepy. I love it. Midjourney just killed it. I love Midjourney so much. But let's see what ChatGPT can do with giving me images of Father Gregory and Agatha. I'm going to pause this while it generates. All right, so high key, scary. Father Gregory, and then we've got Agatha here. Just look, she's even got D&D dice kind of like down here. It is so metal. I love this so much. So man, you could either project these up or you could print them out. Printouts are a little hard. It's a little bit like, I like to go to the printer and get high quality printouts if I'm gonna do that. That gets a little bit expensive. You got to go to the printer, and it only costs like $1 or $2 to print out a normal size version of a high resolution image. But you want it to be high resolution. It's so much better to show them on a screen. You could also send it to your group chat. I've done that a lot. Like we've had a group like Facebook chat, so I'll send it to the chat images as they discover things and stuff like that. So you can do it in a number of different ways. But this is just so crazy. And then, of course, we have the girl. So we've got images for the three characters. Let's just finish this up with getting an image of the big bad evil guy. I'm going to basically Muldrotha. Let's go back here and, or Muldroth. I'm going to grab this. Let's just see what it does here. Can you create me an image of the big bad evil villain Muldroth in the form that he would take if the players need to fight him in the nightmare realm? Let's see what it does. I'm going to pause this. All right, guys, look at this. That's actually pretty metal. I like it. Like looks like Nightmare Realm to me. Look at it. Look at those teeth. It definitely looks like he has a bite attack. Can you create me a stat block for this creature that would be suitable for a party of 5 level 4 D&D 5e players? Oh, I said 5-3 players. Oh, it literally knew I meant 5e when I said 5-3. See, ChatGPT is just getting so crazy. Awesome. All right, I'm going to pause this. Oh, wait, here we go. No, we got it. Saving throws. Damage resistance. Okay. Damage immunities, condition immunities. No, there's no restraining Muldroth. What do we got? Oh, here's this. Look at this. It comes up with everything. 15 natural armor, hit points 136. Sounds about right. Maybe a little low for my party. Let's see what he does for languages: abyssal common and telepathy, spellcasting, phantasmal force, confusion, greater invisibility, shadow stealth. While in dim light or darkness, Muldroth can take the hide action as a bonus action. Nightmare aura. This is so crazy good. Okay, weapon attack +7 to hit. 2d10 +5 necrotic damage. So the fact that he's doing that much damage on like his Shadow Claw, and then he has his Devour Fear attack, which is through 36, 8d8 psychic damage. Okay, so his attacks are pretty big. I feel like his hit points are a little low. I feel like my party dishes out a lot of hit points. However, he is dishing out a lot. And when he gets an attack or two in, he's going to really hurt someone. If he focuses one person, he might even put them down in the first attack. So this is looking like a pretty balanced combat to me, honestly. So there you go. Everything you need. And you could, this is, so right here in the scope of this video, we've used our inspiration. Like I started this whole thing with like the elements I wanted to incorporate, and I just let ChatGPT help me kind of fill in the blanks. And I even kind of picked and choose some things. And you can literally create a publish worthy adventure using ChatGPT kind of in this way. So anyway, this is how you can create a build for your creepy village session. I hope that you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Friends, D&D is such a fun game. I encourage you to get out there and play some D&D. And if you want to run a creepy village build, guess what? You could use this. You saw me put in the prompts. If you are interested in me like providing these as published adventures, let me know. I could create these and I could set them up for you to download. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm just making the video and this is for my sessions. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, hit me up and let me know. But yeah, no, you can replicate this in any kind of session type you want using these techniques. So, but we just worked together. Like you just saw me go through here. We went through here together and created pretty much everything we need for an awesome horror themed, like creepy village episode. So, all right, that's all. That's all she wrote for this one. I'm pretty pleased with the results, and my players are going to love this. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Keep being awesome. Keep playing D&D. Keep the art alive. See you on the next one.